there's been, of course, a lot of hype and speculation over the last like week or two, specifically in the realm of Fallout. This started with something we already talked about on the Fallout Explorer page. If you don't recall this, it was this interactive map where you can like click on it and you can actually tour areas. So like explore 3D location, and you can actually like look around once it loads and walk around the vault and see stuff. Genuinely like kind of a cool marketing thing for Amazon to do, to like show people what this looks like and check it out. Like that's genuinely a cool thing. I like that. But the reason why this started to go around was because in the upper right hand corner there is one that's labeled coming soon, and it, you can see, is dated for 13 days 11 hours and 26 minutes from right now. This coincides with the drop time for the final episode of the show. So people were like, ooh, shadow drop of Fallout 3 remake. And this was paired with a few other weird things that were happening. For example, there was a story of how Fallout New Vegas wouldn't let you review it. So over on the subreddit, this is 8 days ago, is when this first was kind of figured out. When some people were trying to leave reviews for Fallout New Vegas, they noticed a little error code that popped up and said, you must wait until this product has been released before writing a review for it, which was strange because Fallout New Vegas, shocker, has been out for a while, like a good bit, dare I say. This also happened when people tried to leave reviews occasionally. This doesn't happen for everybody, but for some people, it apparently happened when they tried to leave reviews for Fallout 3 as well. The suggestion being that there might be something going on behind the scenes. People also found that when you searched on Steam for Fallout, it would list like, I think it was 13 games in the search results, but it would only list 11. So people were like, so there's 2 product pages that are hidden. And you start to get the gears turning. People start to be like, oh, maybe it's all connected. Maybe it's all connected. Here we go. The hype starts building. People start losing their minds. Maybe it's all connected. Maybe this is actually Fallout 3 remastered, and we're going to get Fallout New Vegas remastered dropped at the same time, dude. There's people that think that tomorrow at the Xbox showcase, we are going to see shadow drops of both the Fallout 3 remaster and the Fallout New Vegas remaster. That almost certainly is not happening for a few reasons. Okay? For a few reasons. Number one, let's just be real about this. This is BGS we're talking about. They can barely put out a game every 6 years. Do you really think they're going to shadow drop 2 games in the same day? Practically also, does it even make sense to do that? Like, you probably have people that will be playing Fallout New Vegas that you want playing Fallout 3. Why not stagger them? 2, we knew that the Fallout 3 remaster was in the works back in 2020 because that leaked document was from July of 2020, I believe it was. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they were working on that game, or at least it was on the to-do list. Fallout New Vegas was not. And Fallout New Vegas remake or remaster is honestly probably just as much, if not more work than the Fallout 3 remake / remaster. So I would be surprised if they got done at the same time, okay? But maybe it's just for one, maybe. What about the store? What about the, sorry, Freudian slip. What about the picture? The Fallout 13-day countdown. What about that? I'm guessing, like literally on this website, if you click here, it takes you to like their merch store on Amazon. I wouldn't be surprised if this is literally just for like more merch. It's just a fresh merch drop. Like I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. It might be just a link of the final trailer or teaser for season 3 of the show, like for all we know. Or it might be an interactive map thing specifically for the final spot, for like the final set piece of the show. Like maybe the final thing takes place within the Lucky 38, or maybe we get one final look overlooking Washington, D.C., and they show that on the map and you can see like an interactive thing just like this is interactive, right? It's probably something like that, okay? Just being real. Just being real. As the only Fallout 76 player here, I just wanted to add a shit ton of assets have been remade for Fallout 76. Just a coincidence? Yeah, probably. Or is it? Or is it? Now, I don't have any super secret contacts. I don't have any leaked information or anything, but I do know somebody, allegedly, who does. This is a story from Jez Corden. Sorry, Twitter. Fallout 3 / New Vegas remakes are not immediately shadow dropping, but they are on the way. Here's what I know so far. And his sources describe the following. Rumors are swirling about the future of Fallout, and I'm here to crush your dreams. Fallout 3 and New Vegas remakes remasters are not launching imminently. He says, the long rumored remakes aren't around the corner. One of the things we know is that the original documents from the FTC hearing, where we initially heard about a Fallout 3 remaster, those documents had the Fallout 3 remaster dropping the same financial year as Elder Scrolls 6. Elder Scrolls 6 is not releasing this year, much to the chagrin and disbelief of many, despite my best efforts to remind them, yeah, that water is wet, exactly. Because of that, it would suggest everything else has been delayed by about 2 years. So it would suggest, oh yeah, you're right. How could I? Because of that, if everything else has been delayed by about 2 years, and that puts Elder Scrolls 6 around 2027, 2028, that would suggest that the Fallout 3 remake is also delayed by a similar margin. And if you're like, no, it's different because it's a remake or a remaster, that 2-year delay roughly also held true for the Oblivion remake, which we did end up getting and seeing. So unless they magically started making better time on Fallout 3, I would be surprised if it ends up dropping at the same time or dropping sooner. What he goes on to say, a couple of weeks ago, I put out a report describing Xbox's 2026 and what it would look like. I mentioned that Fallout 3 and New Vegas are getting remakes. We already knew about Fallout 3 remake from Activision Blizzard FTC documentation leaks, but New Vegas is getting a remake was a relatively new piece of information I received from my sources recently. Although I can hardly claim to be sharing a revelation here, the Fallout TV show is a runaway success story, and season 2 is heavily based in and around New Vegas and the Mojave Wasteland. I've been told that Bethesda's other remake project, Oblivion Remastered, was a huge hit for the studio internally too, exceeding internal goals and expectations. As such, Fallout 3 and New Vegas remakes are a no-brainer, leaks or no, but how soon are we getting them? Recently, fans noticed Steam entries for Fallout 3 and New Vegas had seen some activity, with some users reporting errors as if game packages were missing. Speculation began to snowball about the possibility of remakes or remasters being shadow dropped in a similar fashion to the Oblivion remaster. We are getting an Xbox developer direct this week too, which has precedent for announcing new games from the company's subsidiaries. In addition, Amazon's Fallout TV show website has a mysterious countdown timers, which compounded hopes and speculation for a mysterious Fallout 3 and New Vegas shadow drop. And I can confirm emphatically that this timer has nothing to do with any Fallout games. However, doesn't get much clearer than that. He's saying absolutely, it is not for a new game. Okay. On top of that, I'm told Steam listings for Fallout 3 and New Vegas are showing some activity due to updates for localized versions of the existing games and aren't to do with any impending shadow drop for Fallout 3 and New Vegas remakes or remasters. Indeed, I'm told Fallout 3 and New Vegas remakes aren't exactly imminent and that you shouldn't expect them in the near term. I'm still trying to lock down more detailed timings on when we should see them appear, but the impression I'm getting is that we'll see Fallout 3 remastered before New Vegas, which, as I outlined earlier, just kind of makes sense. Like, it was in the works before the New Vegas remaster, and so I would guess my understanding is the New Vegas remake remaster is probably something that was greenlit in 2025, maybe even like late 2025, super early 26. Like, I think it's a very, very recent thing. Okay, very recent. Luke doesn't want anybody to be happy. Yeah, you all got to get down on my level. Microsoft and Bethesda seem to have both been caught a little unaware with regard to Fallout's explosive renewed interest and popularity. The Fallout TV show, Fallout 76 updates, and the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, coupled with its Xbox Play Anywhere tag, has led to a surge in players across all versions of the game. I do think that they honestly thought that Fallout 76 did so much brand damage to Fallout that they thought that it wasn't worth, like, it probably was not going to be received super well. I think they honestly thought that Fallout 76 like significantly shifted the interest people had in the franchise. But what they failed to consider was that no, a lot of that negativity around Fallout 76 was specifically because of what kind of game it was. So when they pivoted and instead made it and focused on like a single player game with like Fallout 4 updates, all of a sudden like interest was renewed. They do a TV show that's like narrative focused on the world of Fallout. All of a sudden that starts exploding. So they just genuinely they underestimated it, certainly. As we all know, Bethesda's been pretty stretched. The studio is working on Elder Scrolls 6, which has an absolutely immense amount of hype and anticipation behind it. The team is also working on major updates for Starfield 2. After Starfield, which arguably failed to meet some of the astronomical expectations set by games like Skyrim, I imagine that Bethesda is keen to avoid similar criticisms. Fallout 4 itself also received a fair share of critiques for its shift away from the franchise's gritty role-playing roots, doubling down instead on its open-world sandbox gameplay instead. And we all know what happened with Fallout 76's launch, even if it's rather awesome in its current state. Bethesda's lead, Todd Howard, noted that the studio is investing more than ever into the Fallout franchise in recent interviews, and also expressed support for the shadow drop marketing method for smaller projects like Oblivion. This, though, I think is important to stress. He did say more people and more stuff was being put into Fallout than ever before. And like 2 days later, they revealed the Call of Duty Fallout crossover. I think when Todd talks about Fallout being like bigger than it ever has been, he's talking about Fallout 76 and he's talking about Fallout Call of Duty, Fallout in Fortnite. Like that's a big component of it. Okay. Like let's not beat around the bush. Let's be honest. That's definitely a component of what he means. He doesn't just mean, yeah, we actually have 1,000 people working on remakes. I don't think that's what he means. Parent subsidiary ZeniMax also shadow dropped Hi-Fi Rush and called it a success at the time too, although the studio and IP was eventually spun out to Krafton Inc. The gap between announcement and launch for Fallout 4 was quite short too, although the gap between announcement and launch for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 have been notoriously long and painful. True. It's with that in mind that Fallout 5 is likely even further afield. I'm told that Starfield's big update this year represents a lot of technological updates for Bethesda's creation engine, many of which could also hint at capabilities we'll see with Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. In the short term, though, Fallout fans will have to make do with the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, big ticket overhaul mods like Fallout London, ongoing updates to 76, and a bit later remasters for 3 in New Vegas, which, to be fair, is quite a lot, really. If I had to guess, emphasis on guess, I think we could see Fallout 3 Remaster at least this year. I imagine it will be similar to Virtuoso's Oblivion Remaster with the Unreal Engine, with an Unreal Engine coat of fresh paint on top of the classic creation engine experience, albeit with tweaks and combat modernizations. Potentially. I'm still digging into details regarding this, locking down exact timings and the scope of the remasters, but I'm told emphatically not to expect them to shadow drop imminently. Could we see them around Xbox's annual June showcase this year? Time will tell. So he's stating very, very clearly, it is not going to shadow drop with the show. It's not dropping at the Xbox showcase. Don't expect it. People have asked, like, why don't studios be more transparent? Why doesn't a studio come out and say, hey, calm down, we're not shadow dropping this? I think it's because nobody wants to intentionally kill hype. But if they need to trim the hype and like level people out, what they'll do is this. I wouldn't be surprised if the person telling Jez, and I don't know this, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the contact for Jez on these comments were like specifically told, hey, can you reach out to Jez or like a journalist and just tell them we're not shadow dropping. Like, because then you can level out expectations. You don't have to officially as a company kill the hype, but you get to kind of trim it and prevent like overhyping, which is something that is just as deadly and terrible. But yeah, I just think it's I get it. It's fun. It's a vibe. This is fun. It's fun to speculate and get super hyped over it, but like, let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. It's probably just some new t-shirts. It's probably a new cardboard cutout. It's probably like just more normal stuff. Okay. To be honest, I had no idea about any of this. This just got me hyped for a shadow drop of Fallout 3. Oh God. Oh, I'm making it worse. I think we do eventually get a shadow drop. I just think it's not going to happen tomorrow. I don't think it's going to happen 13 days from now. I think it's probably a good bit away. The Fallout 3 remaster, I think, is also probably a good bit away. And the New Vegas remaster, I think, is really far away. So yeah, hype makes you stupid. Yeah, exactly.